All right, so we are in the Grow Action Hour. We are actually wrapping up the Grow Hour. So, talking about growth, where we're intentionally focused on growing in our life or business. And we are in the month of Inspire. So, curious where you're seeing inspiration in your life or how growth is playing a part in the things that you're creating. Super fun. Anyone have anything that's coming to the surface that you want to share or ask during this time? Growth, inspiration.
Well, I think growth is always awesome and just being open to possibilities. I really think that there's possibilities around us all the time, and it's a matter if we're open to see them or if we're believing that we can step into them. So, I think that's why having a support team is super important,
Mm.
so that when those possibilities become visible, that we have someone we can go to talk them out with that fully believes in our ability to make them happen. Because I find that I've had ideas and I'm like super excited about them. And then I talk to someone who just like, well, what about this? What about that? We can't do that. That's not possible yet, And then
Yeah.
my dream is like, mm. So I think it's really important that we have someone on our support team that we can share those exciting ideas. And regardless if they're possible today, to just believe in them with us, and talk about how it is something that's possible, that the fact that we even thought of it meant, that it's supposed to at some point come forth, and stuff like that. So I think that's an important person that we don't always think of to have on our support team.
Yeah, I love that because one of the things that we discussed is, right out the gate of talking about in our growth spurt was, the big vision of what it is for Nicole. And Susie's like, well, this is what it might be for your first one. And we're holding the space for the arena that maybe $60,000 to rent out in the future. And she's like, hell yeah. So like knowing, when we see the bigger vision, and then we talked a lot about making sure that we are in the day to day, in the present, and really being able to be like, okay, but what do we need to focus on right now? Where are we at now? And still seeing, where we want to grow into, where we're in the middle right now, and we're in this present time, so that we're still making those small movements, and building that momentum and keeping the inspired moments now, instead of being like, yeah, someday when we have that, it's going to be the big dream that I want. Well, you're in the dream right now, right? And you're working towards that. So I love that because you do need the support to say, here's the big vision and where are we at today? What can I focus on and keep moving forward and making those decisions? So I think that really goes with where we were at in our breakout room over there. So anyone else have anything they want to share about growth and support systems, or anything you want to comment on from the conversation? No. Okay. Suze?
I love just being able to be able to know like it came through and you reset it, that like when we think of the big, we've got to know that we can do it in the day-to-day stuff. We've got to do it in the small things so that the huge, ginormous, all the things can happen. So I love that like if a plant started off, like if the growth of a plant started off super top heavy, like say a palm tree, if a palm tree didn't grow the stem first, then it would fall over and it would be a bush when it's meant to be a palm tree, like, or it would stop growing. So just thinking of that, like being able to grow how we're meant to with the smaller things first to be able to grow into a palm tree.
Yeah, solid foundation just came to my mind too, like thinking about the palm tree, because the trunks are so strong. Like a palm tree is like dense, you know, it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, if they didn't have that, like, that's not a strong foundation. It'd be weakened and it could break off. And that would be like a cutoff of your dream of what your soul is intending, right? That's a big thing that we're talking about, and like what the dreams that we have are intending for our growth. So I love that. Okay, we're at time. We're
Woo.
gonna pause here.
Hey, Beth.
And yeah.
Ooh, yeah.